Be safe, Coach.
Okay. All right, guys, good to be with you. Obviously, tonight we had some good moments, some really good moments here tonight. It was good to get out in front of our guys. I give Robert Morris a lot of respect in terms of their energy and their ability to turn people over. They forced us into some things, and then we had some foolish plays as well, but certainly wish them well moving forward. Obviously, quick turnaround here, so we'll take a lot. You know, at this point in the year, you're trying to self-scout and self-evaluate as much as anything, but we have an opponent coming in that is tough and aggressive and physical, but right now it's going to be prepare for Radford on Sunday and do a great job in terms of our self-scout, having a better understanding of how we want to do things and cleaning up a lot of areas that we need to. But overall, we had some good moments, some really good moments, and hopefully we can build off of them.
Chris, I know you were able to coach in here the other day, but do you take a moment to appreciate starting your tenure off in this way, or does the quick turnaround and I don't know, like just look at the 19 turnovers and have that, like, do you enjoy this, or are you straight coach mode? Let's get to that point.
Yeah, I tell you, I could probably do a better job. I got multiple texts today from friends and coaching friends and just friends in general who said, you know, take some time to enjoy the moment, and I completely ignored those texts. You know, you do. You know, I was more probably anxious than I thought I would be. I don't know why. I didn't think I would be anxious, but I think, you know, you want to perform well for your home fans and your first opportunity to be in front of them. You want, you know, your players to perform well for themselves. So I was more anxious and tied up probably than I thought I would be yesterday and today. You know, so I think getting that under our belt is good, but to say that I don't do a good job of that. My wife reminds me of that a lot. Hopefully I'll do better at some point, but the 19 turnovers is my overriding thought right now.
When you talk about being a little anxious, how do you make sure that doesn't bleed over to the players who, after 6-2, you're on a pretty significant run with the team?
My anxiety?
Yeah.
You know, as a coach, you kind of learn to not let them see you sweat, and you know, listen, at the end of the day, what I want our guys to do is be prepared to cut loose and play when it comes game time, and if they're not ready to do that, then we haven't prepared them well. And I think they did a pretty good job of that for sure, but you are right. You want your players to play with a certain poise and peace as they go out there and have a lot of fun, and I think we did that for the most part. But you know, I look at a lot of the moments in this game and just feel like, hey, there's a lot of areas we have to make significant strides in.
Chris, can you talk a little bit about Kada, and obviously he missed a lot of last year, just the performance he was able to put together tonight?
Yeah, you know, I've said that Kada, as well as Jay Sham, we're going to kind of go as they go, and I really believe that our season in a lot of ways will be impacted by you know, one or both of those guys are going to need to play well for us to play well, to have a chance, because they're terrific kids and they're really good players. And he's had really good moments in practice. And I was pleased with his activity tonight, his ability to kind of make the right play. He's got to continue to do that. We had a couple defensive miscues that hopefully he can improve on, but overall his ability to obviously impact things on both ends and his ability to get to the glass tonight was really important for us. And he's got a quiet confidence to him that I really appreciate. And honestly, it balances JT really well. They balance each other exceptionally well.
It seemed like Musa gave you a spark.
Sure.
A couple of steals and led to some breakout dunks. Is that what we can expect from him this season? And what kind of boost does that give you when you have a guy like that coming off the bench?
You know, Musa has played tonight like he's practiced for us in spots, really. And He's had some very good moments. I think I hinted at that a couple weeks ago when I was talking to you guys that, you know, he's 17 years old, but he's got a maturity to him, and he's been able to make threes as well as be a guy that defensively we can rely on. But our attention to detail has to get a lot better in a lot of areas. Defensively, for one, more awareness. Offensively in our execution. And I've got to do a better job just making sure we are more locked in on certain things. But as he grows in playing time, he's a guy we're going to rely on to be a really good perimeter defender and have the highest level of attention to detail. And I think if he does that, he can be an exceptional both ends impact guy down the road.
I know he should still be in high school, and this is just one game, but what kind of ceiling does he have?
Musa?
Yeah.
You know, it's tough to tell, but I think we're excited about it. We're excited about what he can be. His youth helps him. You know, his maturity helps him for being 17 and having it's one of the things we evaluate in recruiting. It's going to sound crazy, but regardless of their age, what's their maturity level? Do they take care of their business off the floor? Do they have just a maturity to who they are as people and as players? He has that, and I think it's going to help him. And he's a tremendous worker. He wants to get better and better and better. He's got a lot he can grow and improve in, but we're excited about what he can continue to be for us, this year and into his career.
Obviously, you guys played a lot of the young guys. I guess, was that the plan going into the game, and then what'd you make of kind of some of these guys' debuts?
We had some good moments off the bench. I don't ever go into a game saying we're going to play a lot of guys because you're saying, hey, as a coach, preparing like, what are we going to do if this is a tie game and we're down one? So I think I knew that we were going to try to go. Our rotation is about 9 or 10 deep right now, and we'll try to. I would like to play guys now to get a feel for how we can be moving into the later parts of the season. But I think we had some good moments from everybody on the bench, and we also had some moments that we can take film from and say, hey, listen, we've got to do this better. So I was excited that each guy that came in kind of had some positive moments, because listen, that's important for this group, because we have so many guys in new roles, and then how many of our guys have really been a part of kind of closing out a game at a high level. I think that's going to be important for us moving forward to have the confidence to do that.
How pleased were you with Caleb, considering the fact that he only had 2 fouls?
Yeah, I think it was good. It was good. I think he's got to continue to get a little bit more disciplined in his screen setting, because I worry a little bit about that with him. Just his technique has to get a little bit better. But he's got terrific hands. He's got great feel. He's going to test me on his shooting threes. I know that. I can feel that. So his impact, getting the glass and wedge offensive rebounding is really good. And Caleb's a guy, he wants, you coach him right now, you coach him, he looks you in the eye and say, okay, how can I do this better? And that's what a freshman should want. And, I've been pleased with that. But listen, just because he had 2 fouls doesn't mean his foul issues are over. It's going to be something he's going to have to continue he's going to have issues with that all year.
Chris, you guys had a set late in the game. It was already in hand, but you had a few guys drive and didn't have it, so they kicked it out and eventually got the can. Who pumped it and hit a floater. It was a good, patient sort of offensive set for a team that in the past has often rushed those kind of things. I'm just curious, what's it been like, and how consistent has that patient kind of offensive approach been for these guys?
Well, that was one of my favorite plays of the night, favorite possessions of the night. I know exactly what you're talking, because we just had a lot of ball movement and guys really passed up one and created a better shot. That was one of my favorite possessions. It was late. I think as much as possible when you're, what we try to talk to our guys is we want to be purposeful in how we play on both ends, regardless of what the score is, and that's a I'll be, you know, like in the summer when we're playing, it's not real purposeful, right? It's kind of pickup. So that's a change for him, and I think that was a purposeful possession late when we were up.
And I guess, just in general, I know you said you're not good at realizing the moment, but this was an important moment for this program, and I'm sure the players were aware of that. To lead for basically the entire game and kind of do so comfortably, what was their approach like heading into this? Were you happy with how they came into this game?
I think their approach was good. You know, players win games, and you're going to hear me say that a lot. And I just believe that. You know, I think players win games, and I think what I mean by that is they led the way, JT and others, Kata, with their approach leading up to this game. And I think as long as our approach is good, and I think that's going to be tested and challenged because, you know, I don't know that that's always been as consistent as it needed to be. So I'm going to try to keep our thumb on that. But they led the way with the approach leading up to this game. And we'll see how we respond tomorrow and what our preparation is like for Sunday. And that'll be a signal, hey, are we growing in terms of our maturity? If not, you know, we'll struggle. I can guarantee you that. But I was pleased with this first one in terms of what you just said, their mindset and preparation going into it. And I do think that's important for us. That has to be what we're about. You know, we get an incredible opportunity, right? I keep telling them this in the locker room. We get an incredible opportunity to do what we love in front of people who want to come and watch us. To ever take that for granted, I'm not going to be real happy if I ever sense that you feel entitled to what you're doing and you take it for granted. This is a great opportunity we have to enjoy playing together in a game we love, and they showed that tonight.
With such a short turnaround, do you have to make any decisions tonight with that in mind? Or did you focus on this game, get through it, and then regroup?
Yeah, the way we scout and is our coaching staff, as well as our support staff, we had the Robert Morris game plan in basically yesterday, and yesterday morning they began to work in preparation for Radford. I'll spend tonight doing our self-scout, self-evaluation, putting the edit together. We'll watch a good part of that tomorrow, as well as, you know, it's compressed, as well as spend a little bit of time on Radford, well, more than a little bit, a lot of time. So everything's going to be compressed. It's going to be a lot of mental stuff tomorrow. And then we'll continue to do some preparation on Sunday.
I guess if you go into this thinking like, hey, I don't want to play this guy more than 20 minutes,
Oh.
or I don't want like things like that. Do you have to make decisions in the game with the Radford game in mind?
Just late when I felt like we had it, and I wanted to see some other guys play and be tested, and I wanted to look at some lineups. And then I did sit Kata there I didn't put him back in just because I felt like we were in a pretty good place with the game, and I knew we had a quick turnaround.
Okay. All right, thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks guys.